Yes, anyways, guys, welcome back. Sorry for that interruption. I was interrupted while I was doing my video. Okay? So anyways, guys, let's continue. Let's continue to hammer Mara, the village king, the swamp king. Okay? The Nyabohanse king. You too, Papa. Okay? What I was saying before I got cut off on my video is that why on earth Mara is up there begging and begging and begging and begging every day. Rocio is the one that had the baby. Nobody should be giving Mara any money. Mara is a young, healthy man, strong, healthy individual. And you've got a cucumber and two balls like all of these men here. Okay, so you should be ashamed of yourself up here begging. Don't you got any kind of dignity? Don't you have any kind of pride about yourself? You're not a woman begging. You're a man begging. I can understand if I see your woman Rocio begging up here. I can understand. She just had a baby, okay? And I would, I encourage people to give her gifts and whatever they got to give her because she just had a baby. You didn't have that baby. Okay, as a matter of fact, you left her for her to have the baby by herself, and then she got mad at you, which she claimed that, you guys talk about it, which I really don't care. And another thing I see you doing up there is like you're trying to sell your newborn precious baby. You should not be doing that, Mara. Nobody should be able to have access of your baby right now. It's either you're going to show the baby to your subscribers or you're not going to show your baby. You can't have it both. And every time I turn around, I see you guys covering the face. Number one, that baby can suffocate. By you covering that face right there, you're suffocating that baby. Newborn's supposed to be taken care of. They're not supposed to be outside exposed to the sun while you have that baby up on your shoulders. Was not supporting the back, neck, and the head. You had the baby up there with your GoPro camera. And when you're done, you're talking about, people are going to be talking about you, and you're wishing bad for those reactors, untrended AM Carol and those people, for them to for their children to get sick and in the hospital. What goes around comes around. Karma is a bitch. You don't need to wish anybody's kids bad blessing. Just because somebody's over there reacting. The reason why they are reacting on you is because you put your business on YouTube. Whatever you put out there on YouTube, people have all right to talk about it. YouTube is a public platform. You do not own YouTube. YouTube owns us because we are the ones that up there uploading content. They own our content. That's why they can tell you that you can't do certain things and you can do certain things. And that's why they're saying that you got to study the community guidelines, because they own you. Once you get up on that platform, but you don't own YouTube. And you can't tell somebody not to react on your video that you made public. You made it public in the eyes of the public. So if it's in the eyes of the public and they're reacting to what they're seeing inside of your videos, you can't say that you're going to sue on trending, Coco Mama, Black Beauty TV, AM Carol, Nairobi Teacher, and all them people. You cannot, and then Jin too. You can't sue them. What are you going to sue them for when you, all they got to do, and then defamation of character, you can't use defamation of character if that's what you get. Because defamation of character don't mean that. Defamation of character mean when you say bad stuff that hurts a person, okay, in their life where they can't even make no money and they end up losing everything. Read up the definition of defamation, and it has to be proven in the courts of law. It has to be proven. You can't just go to the court and say, AM Carol or Untrending and Black Beauty TV saying this about me. Number one, when you go to court, especially if it's American court, I don't know if Kenya runs like this, because I heard that the system is corrupt over there. They're going to go through all of your videos. They're going to go through all of your videos, and they're going to see how you used to abuse Bo. They're going to see all of your video from what a guy that used to live over there in Washington. They're going to see you talk about you's a passport bro. They're going to see all of your little antics and all your disgusting stuff that that you put on camera, because you can't hide nothing in real life. You're them type of person that you bring everything to the big screen. And once you bring everything to the big screen, people are going to react about it. People are going to talk about it, okay? You cannot stop nobody from talking, just like how you on your live ranting and talking about people this and people that. Your subscribers, them need to wake up. And I think that it's, you know what it is? And it's not the younger subscribers, them is subscribing and giving you money like that. It's the older subscribers, them, the ladies, them that had divorced, their husband die, and the lonely ones that you kind of like, you prey upon their heartstrings. And from you prey upon their heartstrings, since they don't have any life or nothing to do, excuse me, they send their money to you. Ladies, stop sending your money to this man. That is a form of scamming. That is a form of being a scammer. If you're going to come on national TV and you'll be begging and begging, let people give you stuff. You don't have to beg. If I'm here on YouTube and I'm talking about stuff, right? And somebody wants to send me something from the goodness of their heart, of course, I'm going to accept it because I didn't ask them for it. And I'm going to thank them for being appreciative. And I'm going to be grateful for what I'm getting. But I'm not going to be coming here as a man and be sitting down and live stream for hours upon hours upon hours and be telling people, oh, guess how much you have to hold you think I am, just to keep milking the time. So, oh, you can touch on people's heartstring. So, yes, so they can send money for you. And as a matter of fact, these men out there, men, aren't you guys are ashamed of yourself by sending money to another man? Don't you guys have women in the United States to give money to? Do you know how bad it looks, Mara? Go get a job. If YouTube is not paying you enough money that you have to sit on YouTube to beg, go find a job to do in Argentina. Go sweep the street or go sell in the market or do something if YouTube is not paying you. And again, you don't do YouTube all day. YouTube is a 1 or 2 hour stuff that you do. It's not like you spend all day long doing videos. You got free times in the day and you got too much free time. Learn how to be a father. And you're claiming that Rocio is your wife, but you haven't married her. You need to marry that lady so people can have some respect for you. But you're calling her your wife and I don't know. To me, you're aggravating this woman. You're aggravating her. And you're putting her up there. And what's the right word for it? I'm going to find the right word for it very soon. And you're putting her in the forefront. Leave this lady. Let her breastfeed the baby in peace. Keep your baby off a camera. I don't care if you want to show the baby's face or not. I'm not interested in your child because I don't believe children should be on YouTube like that. Take your baby off of YouTube. Keep your baby private. You're not Michael Jackson. Even Michael Jackson, when he was alive, he was covering his baby's face. He was walking. He wasn't sitting down on YouTube. There was no YouTube them time anyways for him to sit down on. And he wasn't doing that. He had so many paparazzis was following him. He didn't have a chance but to do that. But you're not a celebrity like that. For you to get to the extreme where you turn around, you're going to be selling picture on OnlyFans. You hear the way how you sound? You hear the way how you sound? You're going to sell the baby's picture? What reason you claim you love your son like that? Why would you do this to this boy? Let it happen naturally. Don't be out there selling babies pictures and be doing this, because good people are going to donate regardless of what. You don't have to be selling nothing. If you have some dedicated fans and fans love you, they will give you anything. You don't have to be up there. And then your subscribers should be looking into this and see what you're doing to this young baby. have this baby, picking up this baby. And you know what I was upset about? While you had that baby over your shoulder a few days ago in the sun, I think something, the washcloth or the towel drop on the ground, and Rosia, your so-called wife, came out and shake up the towel from that fell down on the ground. Number one, you got the dog there. The garbage was filled up in that yard. You got dog poop around. You got all kinds of bad stuff outside in the outside air. You're going to take up that towel, shake it off, and then you're going to cover your baby's head with it? Come on, shame on you. Shame on you. When I had my baby, I didn't even want, not even fly to touch the baby. You guys have that baby outside, out in the sun, Mara. You don't have a newborn baby outside in the sun. You gotta wash your hands at every time you change the baby, you wash your hands. Every time you make a bottle, you wash your hands. Every time you breastfeed, you wash the hands. Everything you do, you wash your hands with that baby. Don't just get up. And I see he's showing a video where his nails are so dirty, and then when he walk back inside of the house, he's going to take his hands and wipe off his foot bottom before he heads straight to the bathroom. Wash your hands and wash your feet. You on top of the bed doing all that stuff. Mara, come in. Come on now. If you don't know any better, I'm going to teach you better. And all of your foot soldiers that you have out there, they better not come for me, because whatever I'm saying to you, I'm telling you the truth. Okay? So whenever time you guys ready to come at me, half of the time, I don't even read you guys' comments anyway. When you guys put comments or disrespectful comments up there, I will not read it. All I'm going to do is delete it. You understand? If you want, you can comment respectfully on the topic that what we're talking about. Not anything else. Don't come at me with anything else, because we're talking about Mara here, and we're talking about the baby, and we're talking about Rocio. So don't come at me with anything else that ain't got nothing to do with this topic. Don't come and be disrespectful, because I can be disrespectful too. If you come for me, I'm going to come for you. You don't want to come for this Jamaican lady here, okay? Don't come for this Jamaican girl here, because we don't play around, okay? I'm not going to be afraid to tell you certain things. And if I don't want to tell you certain things, I'll just barely brush you off and says, you're irrelevant to me. You're irrelevant. Okay? So let's talk about this. And then again, as I was saying, because I'm all over the place just like you do, treat your African queens them with respect. Your Muzungus them are no better than your African queen. I see some nice, good-looking lady. Priska is nice, is a nice lady. The one that they say pregnant for you, she's a nice lady too. There's nothing wrong with her. Stop putting down your African princess and your African queens them like that. That's why Africa is so poor. Most of Africa is so poor up in the Nyabohanse village, because of the men them, the way how you guys treat your women. Look at your women like breeding bags. One baby here, one baby there, one wife, one here. Polygamy, you can go to hell with polygamy. Okay, I got a problem with that shit. I got a problem with that. Them things are not in our time. And if it's in your village, somebody should come in and eradicate that. Because how are you going to you're claiming that you're a rich man, right? You want 10 kids. It's not realistic for Rosia to have 10 kids for you. She turned 30 years old. And I heard that you're on live. I see where you on live was talking about maybe the second one, maybe the third one. Rosia, don't be no fool. Let that man marry you, and you put your footstep on top of his neck and you say, hey, hold up your brakes, buddy. You ain't going to be coming here with no polygamy with me. And number one, this is how it's going to go. I'm going to have the children then when I'm ready to have the children. And this is the X amount of children that we're going to be having. Because how are you going to take care of 10 kids? How you going, if you're on YouTube begging right now, 10 babies are going to come. How are you going to take care of 10 babies? Tell me. Tell me how you're going to take care of 10 kids. It's not possible for her to have 10 kids. And do you know, Mara, that childbirth is not a guarantee. Both babies and both babies and both mothers can die during childbirth. Childbirth is not something that you're supposed to play around with. I've had family members in Jamaica that have died having birth. The mother and the baby have died. Far away cousins have had that happen too. Sometimes they develop all kinds of disease during pregnancy. Well, I'm talking about pregnancy-related diseases like preeclampsia, high blood pressure during pregnancy, and also diabetes, diabetic pregnancy. Okay, those are the two main ones that kills pregnant mothers. Do you know that? And it always happens mostly to women over 30. Mostly. Because women that get pregnant over 30, it's considered geriatric pregnancy. Geriatric means old, okay? Because I'm a nurse, I can tell you that. It means old. Women are not supposed to be stretching out their bodies like that after 30. After 30, they can develop anything. They can develop Down syndrome. It's a bunch of things can happen to a woman when she's pregnant, especially after 30 years old. So you pressuring this lady. You're pressuring her, because that's how I see it, to have 10 kids for you. How unrealistic is that? How unrealistic is that? What, do you think she's a rabbit or a goat that can just fire the kids out like that? Do you think she's a rabbit? She's not a rabbit. You get pregnant for 9 months. 9 straight months. Sometimes it's 10 months. And how can you spit out unless you give her what? Unless you give her probably about a triplet or a quadruplet or 6, 7, 8, 9 babies all at one time. Maybe that's possible. But I don't see it. I don't see it. Why you think you can just come and rule somebody's body like that? The woman is free to decide what she want to do. Why are you African men so obnoxious? Tell me why. And why is Rocio putting up with that stuff? I say the big mistake that Rocio made is getting pregnant before you're married. Because right now, to him, he doesn't have to marry you. Because he's having his cake and eating it at the same time. He's having so much fun right now. This dude don't know what you go through, what a woman goes through when she gives birth. She got to deal with postpartum depression. She got to deal with all kinds of stuff. It's not only that. She's got her own issues. She got to make sure the baby's okay. Leave her, let her take care of her baby. Every woman, especially with their first child, they are just so on point with their first child. They're like a mother hen. They don't want to see nothing hurt their children, especially the first one. And you keep taking the baby and you keep carrying the baby outside and you keep doing it. Leave it alone. Be a good husband to her, or so-called husband. If you want to be a good husband, you would at least propose to her and engage her. But right now, I know she's not feeling so good right now. I know that for a fact. Because I can look at her and I can see that she's not feeling so good. You are too much. You think you won. You think you have won. You think you got something over Rocio now because I'm the African king. And I can tell these women, and you're lucky she's the type of woman that you got, a boy. Most women don't have boys. So you're lucky. You can say, okay, you want 10 babies for 10 different men. You might go out there with another woman and you get girls all the way. It's not every woman can have boy kids. Okay? It's not every woman can have boys. You should have more respect for your partner. And don't be pressuring her on YouTube. Don't be pressuring her on YouTube for her to be getting pregnant. Oh, gotta get pregnant. Gotta get pregnant right away. No. You should put that man in his place. Put that man in his place. Okay? Don't let nobody rule you over your body. Put that man in his place. And these women in Africa, stop supporting the king of the swamp. Put your feet down. Do not pay no attention to him when he comes back into the village, because he doesn't respect you guys. You guys do not need to put him up on a high pedestal and be doing surprises party for him and be doing, because he doesn't respect you guys. What's wrong with your own African queen? If you want to build up Africa, it starts from the female. It starts from the women. It starts from the women respecting their men. Why you guys having so many different women and so many different babies? That's the reason why there's a ratio for men and women is out of bound. You find out one woman or 10 women is going with one man. It's because you guys allow it. It's cultural. You guys allow this nonsense. And I don't understand why Congrats ma'am is laughing about all of this shit too when she's a woman herself. That simply means that's what she's going through, or that's what she has to deal with or have dealt with. Tell your son to respect women. Don't have your son break the cycle of polygamy. Break the cycle of it. You also got a daughter, Di Mwango. How would you feel to know that if she gets somebody, that person gets her pregnant and then have all these different women on the side and treat her like shit? Would you like that to happen to your daughter? No. I'm praying myself for Dee to find a nice, respectable husband for herself. Everybody deserves love. But by you agreeing with your son, whatever you are saying is going to manifest. Whatever you guys preach, it's manifest. You guys should not pay attention to the king of swamp. He's not more important more than you guys. He claimed that he's a rich man. You guys can work on yourselves and get rich too. Work on yourselves as a female. Build your guys' home. You don't have to have no African man if they don't want you. If they don't want you, get a white man from the United States. Or get a Spanish man. Or get a man from Jamaica. Or a man from another country. You guys don't have to be putting up with these abusive situations that you guys are dealing with there in Africa. I even seen Nasto with his little stupid self and Miss Flay, the way how he's treating that lady. Just because you build a house don't mean anything. Every time you go to Nairobi is because you know you got other women in Nairobi. That's why you don't want her there. She's not important to you no more. You're looking at her as a housemaid, as a house slave. You African men needs to do better. Needs to do better with your women. What's wrong with girl? That's a beautiful girl right there. What's wrong with her? What can you get in Nairobi that you can get from her? It's the same thing. It's the same pony you're getting. It's the same thing. She got the same thing. Sometimes it's fatter, slimmer, whatever, but it's the same thing you're getting. You men are just greedy. Greedy. Greedy men from Africa. Greedy men from Nyabohanse. And as far as Mayugna, you look like a damn clown talking like that. You need to learn to speak English properly and learn to respect those women in the village. Do not follow the king of swamp. You don't have to follow him. He's not no kind of example for you. Don't follow him. You're all over the place. I think you look like you lost a screw. You look like you lost a screw because all that nonsense. And then again too, what you guys don't realize is when this man Mara gets mad at all of you all, because that's what's going to happen eventually to everybody that's around him, because he did it to Ivan Cho and everybody else. He's going to start telling his subscribers them to unsubscribe from you guys' channel. But the subscribers them should stand strong. You shouldn't have to let somebody tell you to unsubscribe from nobody's channel. Everybody has a right to be on YouTube. Don't let this man tell you when to subscribe and when to unsubscribe. He is not a king. Oh, unsubscribe from this person because of this and because of that. Because of what? They're talking about and then too, before I forget, they are all saying from Alex, Jintu, on everybody that has worked in your compound that you don't pay. Whenever time they ask you for their money, you fire them. So that means everybody's all lying on you? Is everybody telling a lie? If 10 people come out and saying the same thing, 10 people are lying on you? Tell me. So Jintu a liar. Mogesi, Ernesto, all of those people, Pablo, and all the other villagers, them in your village, they're coming out and saying stuff. Are they liars too? How comes if you're telling a lie, they're all saying the same thing? If they're all saying the same thing, it's got to be some truth to it, because you yourself said on camera, when you work people in Africa, all you do is pay them $3. You're not required to pay no more than $3. Come on now, shame on you. You think in the United States, somebody can come and do some building work on your compound and you only pay them $3? Dude, you have lost your marbles. You have lost a screw. If you think you're going to come to the United States or anywhere else apart from Africa and you're going to work somebody like a dog, you can't even do it in Argentina. You can't even do it in Argentina. And you're going to work them. The poor villagers, them that is so hungry. You're going to work them and don't pay them. You said it yourself. You said it yourself. You can't come for me here. You cannot come from me here, is what's on your videos. You said it in your videos. Okay? You said it in your videos. You're just only going to give them $3. That's how you look at them? That's why your house is leaking. And that's how your house started to leak. And that's why the wall fell down. Because your bad intention towards your people. You got to build up your people. I agree that you're the one that all introduced them to YouTube, which that's a good thing. That's a good thing you did. You introduced them to YouTube, right? But it's always something behind whatever you do for somebody. You don't do for somebody with a good heart. You always be taking and taking and taking. Why don't you, now it's Thanksgiving, and I don't know if they have Thanksgiving in Africa or in Argentina. Why don't you buy some turkey when you get back to the village, or buy some food when you get back to the village, and go to a city hall, rent a place, and distribute food to the whole entire community? Feed your community. Why don't you feed your community and build up your community? And what at least Jintu is giving those ladies pads and donating. Why don't you do something? Why don't you give back? You can't just always be taking the gimme, 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 gimme. It don't work like that. Rich people don't always take from people. You see rich people here in the United States, every time there's a holiday, the football players, them, the basketball players, them, they always have giveaways. Christmas giveaways, Thanksgiving giveaways. You never seen them begging for nothing unless they're putting on a foundation, a fundraising to give to the homeless people, or to donate to their favorite shelter. You can change your attitude. I don't like your ways about your people. I don't like the way you put down your black women, them in Africa. It is not right, and they don't need to support you. Those black women are just as good enough as those Muzungus. Okay? Those Muzungus are not better than those African queen over there. They got some, you know why you guys look down on them like that? Because they don't have certain things. And because you know that they don't have certain things, you guys take advantage of them. They live in mud houses, okay? They live in mud houses. They can't afford to buy shoes. They can't afford to buy pads. They can't afford to buy nothing. And if you guys in the neighborhood that are the dominant YouTubers, you all Nasto, other Nasto, you, Mayugno, D, the mother, every one of you should come in and put something in the neighborhood, and then feed your people them. Donate to the things that they need inside of the village. Donate to them and you will be a better person today. You donate to those people, you will be a better person. That's how you uplift your community. You don't uplift your community by coming on YouTube and keep begging and begging and begging and begging and begging like it's no tomorrow. Because all you care about is making money from Rocio, making money from the baby's picture, and making money. We don't care. As a matter of fact, you should even show your baby on YouTube. Keep your baby private. Keep your lives private. Do your YouTube as normal, but you don't have to go so deep. And be showing every, and the reason why you're doing it is to get more donations. If you are a good person, people are going to give you. You don't have to beg, and you don't have to come on YouTube be saying who gives you this and who gives you that. Sometimes some of those things you have to keep private. Because some people, and I hope these people stop donating. Please to stop give. Please to stop donating to this man. Please to stop donating to this man. If you guys are going to donate, send barrels to Africa and feed those poor people in Africa. Send back in the Congo, some of those people, certain parts of Africa, they don't even have clothes to put on. And this man is coming on YouTube and be begging, I'm begging, I'm begging, I'm begging. Certain parts of Africa, they're not free to move from one country to the next. They don't have freedom of movements in Africa. We got 52 states in the United States, and we can travel to any one of the states in the United States. If I want to go to Georgia today, I can drive to Georgia. If I want to go to California, I can drive or fly there. But these people in Africa don't have it like that. They got to come up with a lot of money. They got to come up with all these different passports. There's a bunch of bureaucracy that they got to go through. And most of them can't get it because they don't have steady jobs. They don't work. The people in Africa keep themselves poor, and the government keeps them poor. And people like Mara keeps them poor. Because all he's doing is begging. You see that barrel that Mr. Caesar brought? I thought that Conrad's mom was going to pass out all the stuff that's in the barrel. They're hoarding that barrel. They're hoarding it until when the king of swamp return. Lord knows when he's going to return. So the people in the village coming up to Christmas, and none of these people in the village going to have nothing. Some people don't even have anything in the village, especially the older people and the young ones. Them don't even have something, no clothes to wear. And these people have the village, the barrels them up in your hoarding. Mr. Cecil, you did the wrong thing. You should have distributed that barrel yourself. Stop going to Africa to create content. You don't need to go to the village to create content, you and Jamaican uncle. You don't need to. That's not the only place on the face of the earth. He went to Colombia to start. So why are you guys being such a leech, going there to pay money to stay at this place? That's why he's taking advantage of you all. And I would take advantage of you all too if you guys gonna come out of the blue and come to Africa. When he was starting up from scratch, he didn't see none of you all. But no, you guys going to sell your restaurant. You're going to sell everything just to go to Africa. Just to go give this man gift. Just because you guys want subscribers. If subscribers will eventually come to you. Just like he said, if you work hard, you will get it. You might not get it today, but you will get it. You don't have to run to nobody's country or nobody's yard to go get subscribers. You don't have to. As a matter of fact, I don't want none of them shout me out. Because I don't have nothing to give to none of them. And I will never give you all nothing in Africa. Mara, Nasto, and all of these people I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the poor villagers. Okay? You'd never get a donation from me. And you guys need to stop giving that money. Cut that off right now. You guys do not need to be giving that man no kind of money. He's a grown man. He's a healthy man. He's not a sick man. And you guys sitting up there sending money to a grown man? Shame, 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 shame on you all. Shame on you all. Shame on you all 1,000 times. Those people in the village, some of them, they don't even have food to eat. Some of them don't have lands like some of them. They got to go to the market and buy these expensive. Some of them can't even afford transportation to go to Tanzania border or whatever it is. Shame on you guys. Shame, shame on you guys. Anyways, guys, if you are following me and you like what I'm saying to you guys, please like, subscribe, and share, guys. And remember, you are better than anybody else. Nobody is better than you. And I'm talking to the African females and the African queens that the men them are putting them down. You can do better. One of these days, things will work for you guys if you work hard and if you try. Do not glorify any human being. God is the glory. Nobody's better than you. Okay? Take that, my friends, and like, subscribe, and share the video. Bye-bye.